Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, June 29th, reveal some interesting moments as Genoa City kicks off a new week. Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduke, will make a desperate move, while Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, will worry. Plus, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, will panic. Key takeaways. Patty makes a desperate move that could leave Jack in grave danger. Kyle grows increasingly worried when Jack suddenly goes missing. Nikki panics after losing her eyesight and races toward emergency surgery. Dr. Markham becomes the focus of Jack and Kyle's risky rescue mission. Victor mobilizes to save Nikki before her blindness becomes permanent. Patty Williams' desperate plan. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, June 29th, note that Patty will make a dangerous move out of sheer desperation. As fans know, during the Friday, June 26th episode, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Kyle made plans to lure Dr. Lawrence Markham, Jerry Burns, out of his house so they could look for Diane Abbott, Susan Walters, and save her. Kyle asked to meet the doctor at Crimson, while Jack went off to his home. Still, Patty was hiding behind some plants as the men were talking about it, so she was in the know. Jack will go missing as the days go by, so it's clear that Patty will do something extreme to stop Jack in his tracks. Kyle Abbott's worry. Speaking of Jack, Kyle will likely have his meeting with Dr. Markham at Crimson and realize there's something very sketchy about the doctor. Still, what's even worse is the fact that Jack may not report back. Jack will go AWOL, which will leave Kyle very unsettled. Will Patty hold Jack hostage? What kind of repercussions will he face because of this betrayal? Nikki Newman's frantic. Lastly, the Young and the Restless spoilers for June 29th imply that Nikki will be wrought with panic. During the June 26th show, Nikki went completely blind, which freaked her out. Luckily, her family was by her side, but that doesn't make the situation any less frightening. The only silver lining is that Nikki will have her surgery done ASAP, thanks to Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, but is it too late? Will Nikki go blind? Will it be a short-term thing or long-term? Fans will have to tune in to find out. What storyline are you most interested in seeing unfold on Monday? From my point of view, this storyline explores how far desperation can go. Patty's desperate move, Kyle panics, and Nikki's terrifying crisis. Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless raises the emotional stakes across Genoa City as old enemies, family loyalties, and shocking medical developments collide. Patty Williams refuses to sit quietly while secrets threaten to destroy the people she loves. Kyle Abbott finds himself spiraling into panic after realizing his latest decisions may have placed everyone in greater danger than ever before. Meanwhile, Nikki Newman faces the most terrifying chapter of her health battle, leaving Victor Newman and her entire family fearing the worst. Patty refuses to give up. The morning begins with Patty sitting alone, replaying every conversation she's overheard during the past several days. Pieces that once seemed unrelated suddenly begin fitting together. She realizes that everyone has been focusing on the wrong suspect. Someone else is manipulating the situation from behind the scenes. Patty knows that if she tells the truth outright, nobody will believe her. Years of instability have damaged her credibility, even when she's right. Instead of confronting Jack directly, she decides to gather undeniable proof. "I've been ignored before," Patty whispers to herself. Not this time. Her desperate plan involves following someone she believes has been lying to everyone. Unfortunately, Patty isn't the only one watching. Someone notices her before she notices them. Kyle's worst fear. Across town, Kyle cannot concentrate. Every phone call makes him jump. Every text message feels like another warning. After everything that's happened recently, Kyle realizes one mistake could destroy the Abbott family forever. Diane notices immediately that something is wrong. "You haven't slept." "I'm fine." "No, you're terrified." Kyle finally admits that he believes their enemy anticipated every move they made. Nothing has gone according to plan. Every attempt to stay one step ahead has only made things worse. Even worse, Kyle discovers that critical evidence has disappeared. If someone stole it. Then someone knows exactly what he has been investigating. Diane begins connecting the dots. While Kyle worries about immediate danger, Diane begins looking at the larger picture. She reviews every conversation, every strange coincidence, every unexplained meeting. The pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Someone has been feeding carefully selected information to different members of both the Abbott and Newman families. Each lie has created another misunderstanding. Each misunderstanding has pushed the families further apart. Diane quietly tells Jack that they may have underestimated just how organized their opponent really is. This wasn't random. What are you saying? I'm saying someone planned every step. Jack falls silent. Because deep down, he fears she's right. Victor won't accept defeat. At Newman Enterprises, Victor refuses to believe Nikki's condition is hopeless. Doctors continue recommending patience. Victor has never been a patient man. He orders Michael Baldwin to investigate every possible treatment available anywhere in the world. I don't care where it is. We're already looking. Look harder. Michael understands Victor's desperation. This isn't business. This isn't power. This is the woman Victor has loved for decades. Failure isn't an option. Not for Victor Newman. Nikki faces a terrifying setback. Meanwhile, Nikki attempts to remain optimistic despite frightening symptoms returning stronger than before. Claire notices Nikki struggling to focus. Grandma? Nikki forces a smile. I'm all right. But she isn't. Her vision suddenly blurs again. The room begins spinning. She reaches for the edge of the table before collapsing into a chair. Claire immediately calls for help. Within minutes, panic spreads through the Newman family. Victoria rushes over. Nick abandons an important meeting. Victor races from his office without saying a word. No one knows whether Nikki is experiencing another temporary episode, or whether something much more devastating has begun. A family united by fear. At the hospital, emotions overwhelm everyone. Victoria tries remaining strong. Nick paces endlessly. Claire silently prays. Victor refuses to leave Nikki's side. Doctors begin another round of emergency testing while refusing to make promises. One physician finally approaches Victor. The results concern us. Victor's expression hardens. Tell me. We're seeing changes we didn't expect. Those words alone send chills through everyone waiting outside Nikki's room. Patty makes a dangerous discovery. Elsewhere, Patty's investigation finally pays off. She secretly witnesses a meeting that changes everything. The conversation confirms her suspicions. Someone close to both families has been withholding critical information. Patty quickly reaches for her phone. She needs to warn Jack immediately. Before she can make the call, a hand grabs her shoulder. Patty freezes. A familiar voice quietly says, "You've seen too much." Kyle's panic turns into action. Kyle receives an anonymous message. "Stop asking questions, or you'll lose someone you love." His heart begins racing. He immediately tries calling Jack. No answer. Then Diane. Nothing. Kyle suddenly realizes that the warning may already be unfolding. Instead of waiting, he races toward the Abbott mansion, convinced disaster is only minutes away. He has no idea Patty may already be in far greater danger than anyone realizes. Victor makes a promise. Back at the hospital, Nikki briefly regains consciousness. She reaches for Victor's hand. "I don't want everyone worrying." Victor gently smiles despite fighting tears. "You worry about getting better. What if?" "There is no what if." Victor leans closer. I'm not losing you. For the first time in years, even Victor sounds uncertain. Nikki notices. She squeezes his hand. You've always protected me. And I always will. The promise carries enormous weight. Because Victor fully intends to keep it, no matter what it costs. Monday's cliffhanger. As the episode closes, 3 shocking moments unfold simultaneously. Patty struggles after being confronted by the mysterious figure who knows she's uncovered the truth. Kyle arrives at the Abbott mansion only to discover evidence that someone has broken inside. At the hospital, alarms suddenly sound outside Nikki's room as doctors rush into action. Victor stands frozen. Claire bursts into tears. Nick demands answers. The screen fades to black with Nikki's fate hanging in the balance, Patty trapped in a dangerous confrontation, and Kyle realizing the conspiracy threatening Genoa City is far bigger than anyone imagined. Monday's episode leaves viewers with more questions than answers, setting the stage for explosive revelations, emotional confrontations, and life-changing decisions in the days ahead.